Hello everyone, my name is Chloe and today I'm here with a brand new video. Welcome to Brunette Bibliophile, where I post bookish videos and writing content. Today I'm here to talk about my 2022 bookish and channel goals. A couple weeks ago I actually posted a video where I spoke on and reflected on my 2021 goals, so if you missed that I will link it in the description below. So after I had filmed my 2021 reflection, I kind of just sat and reflected on where I was at that present time and kind of where I wanted to see myself as far as reading and this channel at the end of 2022. And with that, I've created 7 goals that I would like to hopefully accomplish by the end of the year. I'm only going to be talking about my bookish goals, my writing goals, and my channel goals. I'm not really going to talk about any personal goals that I have, but these are personal goals as far as like those 3 categories that I just said. So we're going to jump right in and go ahead and talk about my channel goals and my social media goals. So I've decided that for 2022, I don't want to focus on numbers when it comes to this channel. I decided that I want to kind of take time and fall back in love with BookTube. At some point in 2021, I was not as happy with the content that I was putting out, and I felt very rushed with some videos that I was doing, and I don't want to feel that way anymore. I want to tell myself that it's okay to take a break when you need to take a break from this channel, but I also still want to love what I'm putting out into the world. When I was on vacation in December, I had the week between Christmas and New Year's off, and I kind of just stayed home, and I feel like I started to kind of fall back in love with BookTube because I had videos that I'd filmed and I decided to edit all of them, and I did all the captions and I got them uploaded, and I felt really good at the end of the day, and I really loved that. I miss that feeling of putting out great content. And even if it's something as simple as a wrap-up or a TBR, I still want to be happy with the work that I'm putting out. And I kind of felt like I was starting to get back to that place that week that I was off and enjoying what I was doing. So that's what I'm hoping to get back into, especially in the first couple of months of 2022, because I don't want to feel like I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. Because I've been doing this for a long time, and I still want to enjoy it like I did when I first started. Now that being said, the second channel goal that I want to focus on with this channel is I kind of want to learn to self-market myself and build up this channel. Now I make sure to share every video that I post. I also make sure to shout out my Patreon, but I want to kind of take steps to make this channel better. I'm going to start with getting some new audio equipment in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully that will be the first step into helping kind of build my channel back better, at least from my eyes. I think I'm also going to be continuing to reduce my content to the 1 a week, and there were actually a couple of weeks in the last 2 months of the year that I skipped a week completely, and I think that it was better on my end because I was able to put out better content than trying to rush to fill every spot, because I did used to post twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and recently you have been seeing that, but that is because a lot of my New Year content has to go out at a certain time. So I have a lot of stuff that goes out at the beginning of the year, and that has brought me back to the 2 a week. But I will be reducing my content again, probably in February, to kind of get the brunt of the work off of my shoulders and take a step back and relax. So those are my 2 goals for this channel. I don't really have any numbers goals for the channel because I had them last year and it didn't work out, and I kind of just want to focus on what I want to see happen in this next year. So my last goal for social media is actually regarding Bookstagram. I have been on Bookstagram consistently posting for over a year now. So my goal for the new year is I would like to reach 450 Bookstagram followers. I'm currently at 368, and judging by how in the last year I grew over 100 followers, I think that that is a manageable goal for the new year. So stepping away from social media, let's talk about my reading goals for 2022. So the first goal is my Goodreads challenge. I reflected on this a little bit in the new year when it came out. Last year I wanted to read 100 books, and I exceeded that by reading 150 52, I think. And that was great, but in this new year, I do want to take time for self-care. And for me, a lot of self-care is also just reading, but I do want to take a step back and focus on my mental health this year. And one of the things that I'm doing to kind of help with that is lowering my Goodreads goal. And I decided to stick with a healthy 52 books. I figured 52 books is 1 book a week. Granted, I'm already ahead of that because it's the second week of the new year and I have finished 4 so far. But I think 52 is an achievable goal and something where if I do have moments where I decide not to read, then I won't be stressed to try and get caught up. And my second one is to get my owned TBR down to 0. A lot of you may know that for the past 2 years I have been working on getting my TBR down. In 2020 my goal was to get it down by half, and I did achieve that. So it went from 80 to 40, I think. And then in 2021 my goal was to get it down to 0, and I got very close. My TBR went from 40 down to 13, and then right at the end of the year Barnes & Noble had their sale. So it went back up to 20. It is currently still at 20, so I'm going to be working to get that down. I think that is a very manageable goal for 2022. And lastly, we're going to talk about some writing goals that I have for 2022. A lot of you may know that I wrote a book in 2021. I wrote it from July to the beginning of September, and I also did draft 2 last year as well, so I am currently prepping to do draft 3. I gave my book to 2 people to beta read, and I have received notes back from 1. I'm waiting for the other notes to come back, but I think I'm going to slowly start going through the first person's notes and making my own personal notes. So this year I have 2 goals with my writing process. The first one is that for this particular book, which is a YA Cinderella retelling, I would like to have a title and a synopsis. Titles have been the hardest part for me, trying to come up with something to call this book. I might give it like a code name for now, but titles have been the hardest. So I am asking my 2 beta readers to give me their suggestions for titles because I am completely stumped. And then by the end of the year, I would also like to have a final version of this book completed. I don't know how many drafts it's going to take. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to do draft 3 and then send it back out for people to read, and then we'll go from there. I'm thinking maybe draft 5 could be the final draft, but I haven't even fully gone through my notes yet, but I'll have to go through my notes and see what people are saying because there's a lot. I haven't given myself any other writing goals as far as a new project this year because I did start a new project last year, but I kind of started it in a really bad time at the beginning of my burnout. So I'm not giving myself any expectations as far as starting a new book this year because I'm really happy with my Cinderella book and I would like to have another project that I fall in love with like that one. So we're going to see where the Cinderella book takes us and we will figure it out from there. So those are all of my bookish goals, channel goals, and writing goals for 2022. Let me know in the comments below if you have any goals that you would like to complete this year. And thank you all so much for watching. So that is all I have for you all today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. As always, if you like what you see here, please go ahead and click subscribe. I post new videos every week, so click subscribe so you can be updated for when I post those. And if you'd really like to support my channel, consider checking out my Patreon, linked in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! In the darkness, I don't feel so